Wow, it has been a while since Secret Empire, hasn't it? I mean, since the end of my favorite story by Nick Spencer ever, we've gotten 2 Star Wars movies, 3 seasons of Mandalorian, Okada vs. Omega at Dominion, Kofi Mania, The Rise of AEW, Ash Ketchum finally grew up, Super Saiyan Ultra Instinct, DC fixed everything we disliked about the New 52, Dark Knight's Metal, and Death Metal. Holy cow, that's a lot. Point is, Secret Empire was awesome. Everything from the end of Avengers Standoff all the way through Captain America Steve Rogers and into Uncanny Avengers, Deadpool, and Secret Empire itself. Hydra Steve was positively heinous, being the bad guy you loved to hate, but you had to know everything he was doing. To add to that, there really hadn't been a villain like this before, or since. Someone so masterfully outsmarted, manipulated, and briefly beat the everything Earth had to throw at it. Okay, that's fair, but this story ain't about him. I'm Walt, the most gangster nerd on YouTube, and this is 10 things you forgot about Hydra Captain America. Number 10, he became a Nazi. Did you know I'm not monetized? Lol. I do my videos for fun, and I can say what I want. Seeing Captain America Steve Rogers utter those 2 words, Hail Hydra, it was the ultimate betrayal, and we had no clue it was coming, which really made it hit harder. I mean, if you know your history, Jack Kirby and Joe Simon created Captain America as a direct response to the rise of Nazi Germany. Cap was the all-American middle finger to fascism. See this? He's punching Hitler. It's kinda his thing. He punches Nazis in the face. And then this. He's Hydra. Especially after we had been clamoring for years to give us a young Steve Rogers back, old Cap was just... Sam Wilson was pretty good as Captain America. I thought Marvel was giving me what I wanted. Boy, was I wrong. Number 9. He's a lot more murdery. Steve Rogers as Hydra Cap was a killing machine. Marvel was not playing around when they turned the ultimate white meat babyface good boy into a cold-blooded, ruthless hill. We didn't make it out of Captain America Steve Rogers number 1 before he had his first body on him. He ran up on his own homie, Jack Flag, and didn't even hesitate to throw him out of a plane. He personally ordered the execution of Rick Jones. He conspired with Zemo to take out Bucky Barnes. Seriously, all 3 of those dudes had been his right hand. It's safer to be a Robin in Gotham. To add to that, after Hydra takes power, the Resistance hides out in Las Vegas. Hydra Cap sends in the Dreadnoughts and just wipes out the city. The death toll is nuts. And my personal favorite, and that's a bit strange hearing myself say that, he personally murks Red Skull himself. Ugly, after some hard talk trash. Man, oh man, how the mighty have fallen. Number 8. He jeopardized Earth in order to pull off his plan. A recurring theme during this story arc was Cap constantly telling himself he was strong enough to do what had to be done, and then going and doing something heinous. It's one thing to kill your main homie 3 different times, but deciding to provoke an unending alien invasion is in a league all its own. The Chitauri are a well-known alien threat in the comics, even if they constantly lose. What they lack in intelligence, they make up for in sheer numbers. If provoked, they will hit with the quality that only quantity can bring. So, of course, Hydra Cap uses that to his advantage, luring the Chitauri to Earth with an Earth-made Chitauri Queen Egg, go big or go home, I suppose. Because of this, the Chitauri are gonna come at Earth and keep coming at Earth, with massive wave after massive wave. The testicular fortitude it takes to make such a decision is truly something to behold. If this part of his plan failed, there would be no Earth for him to take over. Number 7. He sealed off New York. Okay, that's putting it really lightly. Using a diversionary tactic, Hydra enlists all the prisoners from Pleasant Hill who all went back to their villainous ways to attack New York City and act as bait to bring out the heroes, and it worked like a charm. The villains retreat. Hydra Cap and Baron Zemo enlist Blackout to utilize the dark hold magic to create a dark energy force field to trap New York in darkness. Now, Cap's intentions are clear. He wants to take the New York-based heroes off the board. But by doing this, he also trapped millions of civilians. In conjunction with the separation of New York, The dark magic also allows a variety of scary entities to roam the city, keeping heroes like Luke Cage and Iron Fist busy. Now, this did get us some pretty awesome stuff in that story. We seen Kingpin step up and use his organization to protect the city and the people. J. Jonah Jameson totally finessed Kraven the Hunter for information during an attempted attack and made sure the Daily Bugle won't backing down either, which, I'm not gonna lie, I thought were two of the best moments ever. Number 6. Authoritarian government is his bag, baby. Steve really made a full 180 on this one. After he takes power and becomes the Hydra Supreme, we see him waste no time putting a boot on the U.S. education system. Educators are forced to teach what Hydra wants and are monitored to make sure. Cameras in the classroom. Captain America even forces the press to bow down. When doing an interview, he basically tells the journalist what she is going to ask and say. If she goes off script, and she does, referencing how Cap had annihilated Las Vegas, he orders her to be imprisoned. He really cranked it up to full 1960s racial injustice, going against the Inhumans. And speaking of...
Number 5, he persecuted the Inhumans. No, like literally. Concentration camp, have the goon squad show up and kick your door in, take you, no rights, no remorse, and Hydra's got everybody scared, so everybody's down to drop a dime. Believe me, we did get Secret Warriors where we found out Karnak has a son. Also, this guy has a son. That was unexpected, but besides that, I don't remember the Inhumans really coming out of this too good.
Number 4, he manipulated the heroes against each other. Okay, this dude was playing 4D chess from the second he showed up. I had to cut myself off with his kill streak earlier, but as the story moved along, he would figure out how the Inhuman Ulysses' future vision powers worked and exploited it to his advantage. While doing that, he simultaneously managed to instigate Captain Marvel and Iron Man against each other until it kicked off a second civil war. His manipulations are directly responsible for a series of assassinations: Hawkeye killing Bruce Banner, Deadpool killing 3 time travelers, Deadpool killing Agent Coulson, Captain Marvel almost completely annihilating Iron Man. I had actually forgot that Captain America killed Black Widow. He managed to recruit the Punisher to Hydra. And his best manipulation, when Ulysses foresees the future and is able to project it so others can see, everyone sees Miles Morales has killed Captain America. What did Cap do? He handled it. He acted like a concerned uncle and tried to comfort Miles, even letting him go home. This dude knew exactly what he was doing the whole time, the whole way, and pulled it off in such a way Darth Sidious would be proud. Number 3. The Planetary Shield and the execution of his plan. It is nuts to me that in Secret Empire 0, everybody is so scared of the Chitauri that the U.S. federal government decided to vest all government power in S.H.I.E.L.D. At the same time as that, because Maria Hill got exposed again, Hydra Cap himself has been appointed head of S.H.I.E.L.D. Now, if that ain't juicy enough, S.H.I.E.L.D. has constructed a planetary force field strong enough to prevent anything from getting to Earth or away from it for that matter. Sadly, it's not quite ready, and a giant Chitauri wave is about to attack. As a massive distraction, Cap simultaneously has the villains he and Zemo recruited to attack New York. These events lead to all of Earth's heaviest hitters being trapped out in space or in New York. Completely sealed off, no resources, no aid, nobody's coming to help. When Captain Marvel informs Steve they have repelled the first wave but now need help, they need to be let back in, Steve puts an ice-cold lyrical beating on Captain Marvel, letting her know how screwed she is and everyone else with her. Then, Dr. Faustus begins hypnotizing all S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, bringing them all under control. Steve at this point has won, and it was one of the most brutal, calculated, and ruthless power grabs ever. Number 2, he never actually held Mjolnir. This ain't what it looks like, 'cause that ain't it. Even though it was good enough to fool unworthy Thor, upon a closer inspection, this ain't Mjolnir. Unknown to Hydra Steve, Madame Sinclair was able to use a shard of the Cosmic Cube to alter reality. The part she altered was the inscription on the hammer. This is what allowed Hydra Cap to lift the hammer. Boy, it must have been an empty feeling when in that fight with the actual Captain America, he goes for the hammer, and it's been changed back. But then again, we got this. So satisfying. And number 1 with a bullet. He actually gave the X-Men their own land. Hard to believe a fascist tyrant who bought the iron boot down on Inhumans said, "Here you go, mutants, hugs and kisses." Well, not exactly. In order to buy himself some time to solidify his position, Hydra Cap just simply gave the X-Men what they always wanted. They got the northwestern U.S., now named New 10, with Zorn as the leader, except Zorn is being controlled by Emma Frost, who is in league with Hydra Cap himself, sorta. Cap has every intention of taking everything back, and after he defeats Black Panther, that's exactly what he does. Emma Frost even tried to head this off by giving him a shard of the Cosmic Cube. And Steve's response? Good. Now surrender and beg for mercy. Damn. The most evil takesies backsies ever. List. Wait, no, it ain't. Bonus. I bet you forgot he died. Yeah, it happened, and I'm not sure if I was lit down or if I just wanted more. Hydra Cap manages to get himself pardoned. He's released from the Shadow Pillar. Sadly for him, he's been set up for Selene to swoop in. Hydra Steve didn't just go down, though. He does manage to put up a fight. But when he makes a mistake, Selene breaks his ankle and burns him alive. I mean, I'm all for the death. He had it coming. But I just thought they could do more with it, or him, before they killed him. I mean, Injustice Superman had 5 years, 2 video games, and I believe technically isn't dead. The Batman Who Laughs had a 4-year run, and seen him achieve absolute power on a multiversal scale before being beat by Wonder Woman. Hydra Cap could have kept going, in my opinion, or maybe got something else. I don't know. I'm a nerd. And that was the list. Look at me. You know I'm right. I'm always right. But if you want to argue, put it down in the comments, because I want to read it. I'm Walt, the most gangster nerd on YouTube, and I'll be seeing you soon enough.